The world is suffering from a great forgetfulness, which is the root of all our pain and sorrow, our fear and our sickness. We are inherently one, embodying wholeness and the essence of healing. To be whole is to be wholesome. Yet we are being misled by a false belief about ourselves, one that teaches us that we are separate from each other, and that we have no connections to each other nor to the world around us. Being born into a body in forgetfulness, the world teaches us everything we learn from a state of not knowing, from a state of ignorance, so there is an absolute certainty of error. What we have learned from the world about our separation has caused us to fear each other, and this fear is the cause of hatred and is the justification for our wars, our division of nations, our borders, our countries, our division of wealth, and the belief that some are more special than others. And so these beliefs do not align with the Creator's will of unity and oneness, the will that holds the whole of creation in perfect harmony and perfect peace. And so these beliefs have caused us to become sick and confused by the world we see around us. These false beliefs represent the essence of evil, deceiving us into thinking that we are not who we were created to be. These false beliefs are represented by a false authority, and this false authority is manifested through our collective ego, the ego being the belief that we are physical bodies and we are not beings of light. Governments are the manifestations of our collective human ego, and this collective ego, which we call government, teaches us to fear and to hate each other, because fear and hatred are intertwined just as love and peace are. Governments are the deeply embedded voice of humanity's belief in isolation and separation. They create and sustain the beliefs in countries and borders, nations, defending these borders with violence, which stem from hatred for those who are in truth one and the same as them. The war machines they build are made to kill and to destroy our brothers and sisters who share the same life and the same Creator. These rulers, like their predecessors, are simply insane. The Lord of evil in this world is the Lord of deception, and the insane do believe in illusions, and so they are leading mankind to destroy himself whilst they would rule over the ashes. Yet they know not what they do. Having taught us to fear one another, governments then justify the wars they create, the barriers and the borders they enforce by violence, and the laws they enact to maintain the belief in differences. All rulers are deceived by the false belief in their specialness. Yet we are all created equal and the same. It is our sameness that fosters peace and prosperity for all, because sameness is the condition of love. In contrast, failing to recognize our sameness justifies war and hatred in all its forms. People have become sick in their bodies because their minds have become sick, believing in things about themselves which simply are not true. All the problems we face in our lives, every pain and every form of suffering and every form of fear and loss has its foundation within an illusion that teaches us that we are weak, that we are guilty, and that we are not worthy of the love of our Creator. A Creator that sustains the whole of reality and all that lives. A Creator who has its life within all life. Who would not suffer insanity and pain when one hates and kills his brothers and sisters, where God has placed his life and his love? Who could know of peace when one has made an enemy of God? It is this life force within each of us that is who we are, that is the true authority, because it is the author of our creation. Its laws are simple and they are understandable, because it is the law of oneness and unity, being the law of love. All other laws are made from fear and are therefore unjust and are made to punish. The love that would support us in every way and keep us safe forever has its home within us. Each of us is its home. The return to knowledge is the way out of a world we have made for ourselves, which has simply become a hell realm. Undoing this forgetfulness within ourselves returns us to peace, and where there is peace, there is freedom. Freedom, abundance, safety, joy, and peace are all the conditions of love. Creating the conditions of love within ourselves, love will flow through us and support us and give us all that we need to be happy in this world. Because the love of God is within all life, miracles happen naturally. And nothing is impossible to one who knows the power of God within themselves.